So when we travel, I'll lose weight consistently because like when we're in Dubai or anywhere else, like I don't have access to snacks.
Yeah.
100% of whether I am getting leaner or not is depending on how much bullshit I want to eat once I'm super stoned at the end of the night.
Oh man,
It's 100% because I was in Dubai in Africa for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Without anything to smoke. Lost.
Yeah, I bet.
Lost a great amount of, like, everything looked great.
Access is an amazing thing, man. Like I was in Virginia Beach and they had one of those midnight cookie places.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man, there's
the
two
curse.
here. There's Insomnia and Hotbox.
Yeah, Insomnia.
What
is
you
the
want me
one.
to do?
Oh, there's a new one?
What you want me to do with this? Hotbox? They know who the crowd is.
Oh, no.
Man, I'm up at like, I'm watching movies and I'm like, guys, like, I start ordering.
We live in the most amazing time in history.
And it's I'm on quarantine. Like I can't leave this hotel room. The guy's like, so he's like, hey, this is the deal. You can't leave the hotel room, but you guys can have food delivered. So I'm in a hotel room for 14 days.
Oh no. I'd have been in so much trouble.
Oh my, it was terrible. It was so bad. But no, so I started dieting, man. And then like being able to kind of see those little like bullshit lies, right? And then you start calling yourself on it and you're like, well, and I think
Do you want it or not?
Yeah. And well, that's always.
Admit it to yourself and then we'll just move on.
I think that's always the big one, right? Like people will be like, I want to do this. And then you're like, hey, well, this is what this costs.
Right.
This costs this right here, right? There's a goal system called Whoopee, right? It's different. Like everybody uses SMART system or whatever. And one of the things I like about this Whoopee deal is basically after you fill it out and you do it, it basically asks you like, this is what it costs. Do you want to pay that?
Right.
All right. You don't want to run a 3-hour marathon. Do you want to run a 5? Because this is what a 5 costs.
Yeah.
And that's how it kind of works out. And so, it's the same thing. But I started doing that. And then everything else is just, I think, again, just going back to like subtraction. There's things I don't want in my life. There's people types of people I don't want in my life. I have a saying, man, in pursuit of a thing, very little matters. And the more I kind of key in and lock in on that thing, right? Whatever your thing is, building hate, you're chasing the marathon time or whatever it is, the more this other stuff just tends to fall away.
100%. 100% I agree with that. I'm aware that I'm someone who needs a carrot to chase.
Yeah.
The cool part about hate being that carrot is there's so much to figure out.
Yeah.
Like it's just this big puzzle. And then as soon as you scale to the next level, everything's new again. And so it's never comfortable.
And I think that's why this is so attractive to me. All of it, right? Like just trying to branch out and go into business on your own or pick up these new adventures. It's just like, oh, this is a new thing to figure out. And again, like you get that carrot, you can find some focus, some flow state. And then you're like, oh, because I'm just the interest in me going back to anything that's that structured.
Nah, it's going to be tough.
Yeah, it's already dwindling.
Right. And so like,
by the second.
And attack the new thing.
Yeah.
With knowing how little you want to go back.
Oh, that's it. That's constantly on my mind.
Right. So like, it's a great motivator.
Yeah.
And like you're saying, having that thing to focus on, right? And like how that changes stuff. And what you end up being able to do is like, you have that carrot to chase as far as work, right? Like how to fill that bucket in your life of we're building a thing, we're doing a thing, like that pursuit. And then you can have the exact same full chase feeling of a carrot with your diet.
Yeah.
That's a separate, but both of them get full attention that you feel locked in on. And I know I need that in almost every realm. Like I need the carrot that is this investment thing that Bonnie and I are doing with now picking up some properties and investing in a couple companies and doing that. Like I have that one that I'm very fucking interested in and trying to learn as much as I can about.
Yeah.
And then training is I'm still trying to do what I can to make my body feel the best I can. And nutrition, I'm always trying to get better at it.
Yeah.
And so every aspect of my life is a thing that I'm chasing a carrot.
That's funny. Like, I know Tate talked about it when he was writing his book, and I actually asked him about it a while ago. But he was saying like you kind of split life into like 4 different pieces, like spiritual, intellectual, physical, whatever. And it's the same thing. I think you're just always trying to find that carrot, chase it, and then, how can you kind of I guess, make it a bit better as you're doing it, you know, because it's not always, I think you want a destination. It's not just chasing a carrot just to chase it. Bah.
No. Doing work for the sake of just doing it, I'm not into.
Yeah.
I need why.
Yeah. But I mean, I think sometimes we get caught in that too. I know I have, at least. I've got caught in it, and then I catch myself and like, okay, there's actually a purpose to this.
Yeah. Like I need a reason why.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I just won't give a shit.
It's. I mean, there's enough shit to get. There's enough things to not give a shit about. You know.
Right. I would prefer to not be caught up in any of them, or I call it. I'm not interested in having any drag on my system. Like I want to be able to operate and think and create and move without any of this emotional baggage or an anxiety toward a thing that's like I'm trying to drag something forward with me.
Yeah.
Instead of like fucking cut it loose. Whether that's people or a business line or something that's not working.
What's the thing for you right now that you either need to or are looking to cut loose?
I still have discipline issues. I have discipline issues that need to be sorted out. And so like I need to cut loose whatever bullshit I'm holding on to those. Recently there was an employee that I needed to let go. And it was just, it sucks, right? Because there's nothing wrong they're doing. Mm-hmm. They're good at their job. They're timely about it. But it's like you can just sense it's not a fit. And it feels more like a weird breakup than not.
Well, I mean, I think when you're doing something like this, man, like everybody rows or you get off the boat, right? It's just hard. And when somebody...
And this person's willing to row, but they need to be told to row.
Exactly. But that's what I mean. Like so there becomes a point in time like where you... Like when you assimilate into a culture, right? Yeah. You just kind of do. And when you don't, that's when somebody else like, right. What's the problem?
And the realization I have from that just means that this thing isn't the fit for that person that they want to row, right? And if we can build a culture that has that desire that everyone on board is obsessed,
they're showing up stoked to row, right? That's what you want,
right? That everyone is loving it, And if we can build that, let's try.
I mean, what? I think the question would be like, why wouldn't you?
Look, maybe at some point when I have to have like accountants, I don't know that they're stoked to show up and row every day. Like they're still doing accounting work, right? Like you know what I mean? Like
I don't think I know any accountants, but that's the question to ask, right?
I don't know.
Like I don't see how you would get jazzed for that, but I'm sure there's somebody out there who's like numbers.
Yeah, or maybe not numbers, but think about it as a service. Like, you're able to really empower a lot of dummies like me from doing illegal shit because I'd fuck this whole tax thing up completely.
Like when you say it like that, when we put it like that, I know a guy, he's a great tax guy.
Which is like you have a skill to focus on this type of stuff and read it differently that I can't.
I think that's what it is. I think now thinking about it, I think that's what he kind of gets off on the fact that it's just he's like
working the system.
Yeah, he's the guy that gets to show you across, right? Oh, here's the bridge. Here's the bridge, man. You want to make more money? You want to pay less taxes? I got you. We're gonna do it legally. But I think that's so saying it makes more sense if you kind of break it down like that. Because for a guy like me, I'm just like, why would I ever?
Same boat, dude. Yeah.